The Marvel Cinematic Universe has given us some incredible moments, from epic battles to heart-wrenching goodbyes. But if you think you've seen the darkest corners of the Marvel Universe, think again. The comics are filled with storylines so bleak, so twisted, and so downright disturbing that it's almost certain they'll never see the light of day on the big screen. Today we're diving into the stories that are just too dark for the MCU. Let's start with a classic, The Sentry. On the surface, Robert Reynolds is a golden-haired hero with the power of 1,000,000 exploding suns, a true beacon of hope. But the Sentry has a dark secret, a terrifying alter ego known as the Void. This shadowy entity is the complete opposite of the Sentry, a malevolent force of pure destruction. Every good deed the Sentry performs is matched by an equally horrific act from the Void. The story culminates in the gut-wrenching realization that the Sentry and the Void are two sides of the same coin, born from the same serum. To stop the Void's rampage, the Sentry's friends, and even the Sentry himself have to erase the world's memory of his existence, including his own. Can you imagine the MCU trying to explain that kind of psychological horror to a family audience? The sheer tragedy of his existence is just too heavy. Next up, let's talk about Hank Pym. In the MCU, he's the quirky, brilliant scientist played by Michael Douglas. In the comics, his history is much, much darker. He lashes out and strikes his wife, Janet Van Dyne, the Wasp. This single panel has defined his character for decades, branding him as a domestic abuser. It was a shocking moment that added a layer of very real, very ugly human failing to a superhero. While the MCU has touched on complex themes, depicting one of its founding heroes in such a light is a line they are highly unlikely to cross. It's a permanent stain on the character that Disney would surely want to avoid. What if your favorite heroes became your worst nightmare? That's the premise of Marvel Zombies. A virus from another dimension sweeps through the Earth, turning heroes like Captain America, Spider-Man, and Iron Man into flesh-eating ghouls. The twist? They retain their intelligence and their powers. We see Spider-Man weeping as he devours Mary Jane and Aunt May, and a zombie Hulk who literally eats his own body when he runs out of victims. The What If series gave us a small taste of this. The original comic is pure, relentless gore and horror. It's a full-on zombie apocalypse where the zombies have superpowers. It's a fantastic read for horror fans. Probably not happening in the mainline MCU. Let's move on to one of the most controversial Spider-Man stories ever written, Sins Past. This storyline revealed that during her time in Europe, Gwen Stacy had a secret affair with Norman Osborn, the Green Goblin. And not only that, they had twins together. Norman, being Norman, raised them to believe Peter Parker was their father and was responsible for their mother's death, training them to become assassins to kill Spider-Man. Fans universally despised this retcon. It tarnished the memory of the pure and beloved Gwen Stacy and added a bizarre, uncomfortable layer to her relationship with Norman. The MCU has worked hard to build up its characters' legacies. Tearing down a fan favorite like Gwen in such a sordid way is a creative risk they're just not going to take. Some things are better left in the past. Speaking of Spider-Man, we have to talk about One More Day. After Aunt May is shot and is on the verge of death following the events of Civil War, a desperate Peter Parker makes a deal with the devil, literally. The demon Mephisto appears and offers to save Aunt May's life. The price? His marriage to Mary Jane Watson. Mephisto doesn't just want a divorce. He wants to erase their entire history of love and marriage from reality, as if it never happened. It's a deal made from a place of pure love and desperation, but it resulted in wiping out decades of character development for both Peter and MJ. The backlash was immense. It felt like a cheap gimmick to reset Spider-Man's status quo. While the MCU's Peter is currently forgotten by the world, having him make a literal deal with a demon to annul a marriage that doesn't even exist yet is a level of convoluted and depressing storytelling they'll probably steer clear of. And for our final entry, we have the Ultimatum event from the Ultimate Marvel Universe. This entire storyline is a festival of death and despair. A massive tidal wave caused by Magneto wipes out New York City, killing millions, including countless heroes like Daredevil, Nightcrawler, and Beast. What follows is a brutal series of events. Doctor Doom murders Doctor Strange by squeezing his head until it pops. The Blob graphically devours the Wasp, leading to a vengeful giant man biting his head off. And Magneto, in a fit of rage, rips Wolverine's skeleton right out of his body. It was designed to be shocking, but it ended up being so gratuitously violent and nihilistic that it effectively killed the Ultimate Universe's popularity. The MCU is all about hope, even in its darkest moments. Ultimatum is the antithesis of that, a story where hope goes to die, and it's something Kevin Feige would likely never want to touch. From psychological torment to graphic violence and character assassination, the Marvel Comics have explored depths of darkness the MCU may never dare to. While these stories make for compelling, if often disturbing reads, they just don't fit the heroic, aspirational tone that has made the Marvel Cinematic Universe a global phenomenon. But what do you think? Are there any other dark stories you believe the MCU will never adapt? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of comics. See you next time.